Welcome to Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series.
Atomy creates and distributes high-quality products. Things we all use every day, such as shampoo, conditioner, soap, toothpaste and toothbrushes, beauty items, cosmetics, health supplements, and much more. And Atomy is committed to bringing these prestige luxury items to the mass market. This strategy is known as mastige. And Atomy's concept is to enable consumers to swap brands. Atomy has an ethos of absolute quality, absolute price. It means Atomy is dedicated to ensuring its products are of a quality that is unmatchable for the price customers pay. And it's so simple to switch brand when what's on offer is unbeatable in quality and price. Remember that. Absolute quality, absolute price. Quality that is as good as, if not better, than designer brands at a fraction of the price. Atomy is an online shop or shopping mall. And hey, it's free and easy to join and set up an account. Yes, free to join. And once registered as a member, you have exclusive access to the Atomy product range. Here's the really good part. Buying from Atomy gives you points, known as personal point value, or to keep it really short, PPV. Each product has its own PV. Your PPV accumulates and never expires. You only have to make one purchase a year, no matter how small, to keep your account active. And that's no problem, because you love Atomy's absolute quality and absolute price, right? It gets better. You share Atomy's secret with others, they become members, and when they shop, you all earn PV. And what does PV mean? Cash, paid to you as commission. This is a new age of retail. Atomy puts the consumers first and rewards them for their loyalty. Although some members simply choose to shop for their own personal needs, many decide to develop their membership into full-time, lucrative businesses. Let's look at how this works in a little more detail. Let's say you recommend Atomy to your cousin, Jane, because you love using Atomy products so much. You become Jane's sponsor and give her your ID to enable her to register as an Atomy member. Jane is then automatically registered under your A market, your left leg. Then you recommend to your friend Adam, and he becomes registered in your B market, your right leg. Adam could be in Canada or China. Atomy membership is global. You, or Jane, or Adam, can then sponsor more members to join your left or right leg, your A or B markets. They are added down the line, and they don't need to live in your country either. Everyone in each of your market legs generates PV. Remember that? Point value? You have your own PV, and every day your market legs generate group PV. As soon as your own PV exceeds 10,000, earned from purchasing one Atomy shampoo or face wash, for example, and each of your market legs exceeds 300,000 each month, you earn commission. Everyone in each of your market legs who qualifies becomes eligible to receive the same amount of commission. The larger your markets and the greater the collective PV, the higher the commission will be. And it's worth noting, keeping your market legs equally balanced is important. Group PV is calculated on the leg with the smaller PV volume. This is part of the secret of success with Atomy. Hard work is never wasted. And it doesn't stop there. As your network grows, so does your regular collective PV. And the hard work invested takes you higher up the ranks of mastership, which comes with life-changing bonuses. You can cherish the spirit of Atomy through its products of absolute quality and absolute price. You can share the good news and reap great rewards by doing so. You may have discovered Atomy compensation videos on YouTube or Channel Atomy already. More details about how it works is freely available. And Atomy's Success Academies and seminars will provide regular, inspiring support to members, and prospective members too.
Okay. Hi, this is Dr. Waleetha Williams, and I'm excited to be here. I'll tell you what, I'm even more excited than the last time you saw me. And you know, usually when you are introduced to a new concept, a new institution, or a new business, it seems so great in the beginning, but as you learn more and begin to read the fine print, then it usually kind of dulls, you know, it's not as good as what you thought. But guess what? With Atomy, it's quite the opposite. It sounded good in the beginning, and as we discover more and we're using the products from the shopping mall and reading the fine print, it's getting better, it's getting gooder and gooder. So I'm excited to be here and to be sharing. And tonight, I know what my part was supposed to be, so we'll just continue on with that in mind. And the one thing I wanted to talk about is how to prepare for the upcoming season. You know, they have statistics, and when I say they, I don't even know who they are, but they have statistics that they run, and they show that, okay, there's gonna be a surge in, I don't know, the virus or the flu or whatever. It happens around the world, and usually it follows a pattern. So what happens is in certain areas, whenever that starts, that surge begins, then we know that the next area is going to follow. So we know that here in the US, that surge is coming, because this is the season, and all the indications are that that is going to happen. So what is our part? What should we be thinking about, and what should we do to plan in advance? Because, you know, we have to stop being reactive every time. We let something happen and then we respond. But what we're trying to do here is to be what we call proactive. In other words, we're going to set the stage. We're going to determine the outcome. We're not going to just react to what happens. We're going to be prepared. And so my personal suggestion as far as being prepared would revolve around ordering the items that we know will lessen the impact or maybe avoid it altogether. So I'm going to suggest to all of my clients to go ahead and begin with the best kit. Okay, here we are. This is the best kit. And it is really the best kit. It's the best. This is wonderful. And this is what we're looking at, how I'm just going to talk a little bit about how this kit would actually prepare us for being proactive instead of reactive. That's the difference. When you're reactive, that means you just wait for something to happen and then you try to respond as best you can. But the best way, you know what's coming. We already know that at some point, there's going to be some things happening in your household. Somebody's going to get a cold. Somebody's going to cough. Okay. Somebody's going to have allergies. somebody's going to get the flu or maybe even COVID with or without the vaccine. These things are going to happen. So there's one thing that we know is to go ahead and prepare in advance. And this is a kit that I'm telling you, this would prepare you. So we're not going to wait until you get, a sore throat or whatever. The best way is to have this on hand, have it in your system already. Because one of the important things that this HemoHim offers is it is for your immune system. And I know we throw that word around a lot, but that's what it's all about, is your immune system, is being able to fend off the pathogens that are coming our way. And that is what this is designed to do. The herbs are in here to boost your immune system. And that is your very best defense against every pathogen, is your very own personal immune system. So that's what HemoHim is all about. And if you haven't been introduced to it, it's a liquid, and you see it comes with a big box with some smaller boxes. Each small box has 6 packets. You take one of those packets and you rip it open, and then you can either just drink it right from the package, or you can add it to your favorite drink. But most people like to just rip it open and drink it right from the package. So this is showing you the nutritional supplement facts, which most people, hey, we don't know what this is telling us anyway, but we know that, hey, what they have done is they have cleared these herbs from all of the toxic residue and purified them, and then they have concentrated it and prepared this formula. And this has taken years to develop, years and millions of dollars in equipment. This isn't something that you can duplicate. You cannot go to the health food store or the farmer's market and get some type of different herbs and make you a mixture. It would not compare. Okay, so this is not something you could mix up. This is not what you can get in grandma's basement. Okay, this product features, and it has many different citations throughout the world. This is a global effort. So it started in South Korea, which they have the 3rd largest laboratory on the planet, okay? And they have used it to introduce this formula, which most laboratories, including the US and Russia, they make things, but they don't introduce it to the public, okay? But that's the difference here. They have come up with this formula, which was actually designed to protect their doctors and scientists, and they have actually allowed the public access to this amazing formula. So this is something special. So HemoHim is the foundation of the best kit. And then you can see there's 2 items that are very important. And let's look here, Adame Probiotics. And if you're not familiar with probiotics, you want to get familiar with it, because probiotics, everybody's heard of antibiotics. And if you break that down, you think about it, antibiotic. What does that tell you? Anti means against, bio means life. So when you talk about antibiotics, it's killing off something. And most of these antibiotics are indiscriminate. They don't know what pathogen you have when they prescribe an antibiotic. So they just kill off everything. But guess what? There are things that we need, and those are the probiotics. We have to have a few pounds of probiotics. In fact, they're more tiny. These are microscopic. You couldn't even see them, okay? So you may not know they're there, but they're very important. So what happens is, if you've ever had antibiotics, you have to put those back. In fact, even if you're eating food that has artificial everything, our food is polluted, okay? And it has residues from antibiotics. Even if you haven't had a prescription for it, you've been exposed to antibiotics if you're eating food from a supermarket here, okay? So we have to put that balance back. In fact, as much as 80%, 80%, that's 50% is half, 100% is all, 80% is somewhere in there. 80% of your immune system is based in the gut, which is where the probiotics are. So that's why this is so important, to get these probiotics to support your immune system. So you can be able to fend off whatever pathogens come your way, because these pathogens, they're going to come. They may, even when you wear the mask, you still can be exposed to pathogens. They're in the air, they're in the water, they're in the food. So you know that, hey, something needs to happen. So I'm about to run out. Huh? Okay, hold on. What is this? Tonight is just the night of different.
I thought that was mine. I'm like, oh, let me check my plug.
I went out earlier and I didn't plug it back in.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Probiotics. Okay, so this is what you want to have. This comes in the best kit, so you don't have to worry about it. It's in the kit. There you go. Okay. You see the little packets. See, it says digestive balance and health. So it's not just about digestion. It's about overall health and having a great immune response. So there we have. You can see these different strains. See, and this is a mixture. This is a formula that has the most important of the probiotics that may be missing from your diet. You can get certain probiotics with your diet if you eat a lot of fermented foods. That's where they are, in your yogurt and your sauerkraut and these different things. But there's hardly a way that you could eat enough. See, this is what number one says, what 10 billion CFUs. That's how they measure it. 12 different probiotic strains, 3 types of prebiotics. Now, this is another concept. What do these probiotics need? Because they're actually living. They're living organisms. And so they have to have their food. This is their food, prebiotics. Okay. And this is a special Lactobacillus acidophilus and rhamnose. These are very, very important that have them. Because sometimes you may go out, you think you can go to the health food store or Costco or someplace and find some probiotics. You would not find this particular formula, and you won't find anything that is as powerful as all 12 of these strains plus the prebiotics. Okay, and they're made to survive. Okay, here's a little comparison they gave you. 10 billion, okay, and it tastes like blueberry, so you don't have to worry about it. And it's good for oral health too, remember that. Very, very important. So here's telling you, where is this one found? Fermented food like kimchi and sauerkraut. How many people eat that every day, right? Okay. Here's one that's been in over 100 clinical trials. I back that this one is what we need to support the stomach and intestines. Here's one. This one is in dairy products, fermented dairy products. Most people are lactose intolerant, so you're not going to get that. Okay. Here's one here that it regulates the digestive system. Okay. That means it's resistant to acid and bile. That means it's not killed off by your digestive system. Here's one that helps support digestive health and maybe beneficial in irritable bowel syndrome. That's what IBS. You have irritable bowel. You see that commercial on TV and the guy's trying to run, okay, and get to the bathroom because it's unpredictable when a person has that, okay? Here's one this one is Lactococcus lactis, fermented foods such as cheese, yogurt. So, and they know that it helps to boost the immune system. So we can go on and on and on, but we know that everything is in here for a reason. And it's in here for our good to support our health. So that's the whole idea, is realizing it's something that we need to be healthy. And there's hardly any chance that you would get this just by eating the best diet you could come up with. So this is a supplement. Here are the prebiotics. Okay, these feed the friendly bacteria. Inulin, sun fiber, AG, vitafiber. These are special prebiotics that they have put in here with the probiotics. Okay, so that's how you could realize that you couldn't duplicate this, and you're not going to go anywhere and find anything that's even like this. Okay, so that's the probiotics that come in the best kit. Now let's see if we can go back here and see the next thing is color food vitamin C. And you know, when I saw that the first time, I was very curious as to what were they talking about, color food vitamin C, because we've all heard of vitamin C. We know that we need it. And we know that vitamin C is one of those unique, what we call water-soluble vitamins. That means it can be eliminated from the body on a daily basis. So there's no way to store it. So you have to get it every day. So that's why this is so important. You need it every day, okay? So you can see the color food. Vitamin C comes from these different sources. And each different color has a different function in the body. So that's why you want to get all these colors. They're carotenoids, they're flavonoids, and every different one is in here. Okay, vitamin C, here's some functions. It's necessary for iron absorption. And you know, we see this a lot. People are saying they're iron deficient and they think, oh, well, let me go get an iron pill. But even if you get that iron pill, if you don't have vitamin C with it, your body can't absorb it, okay? Necessary for connective tissue formation and function. Connective tissue. And that's all your joints, your ligaments, all that stuff. It has to have vitamin C to function correctly. Protection of cells from oxidative stress. And that's, when they say oxidative stress, they're not talking about the stress of your daily life. They're talking about a way that the environment, your food, your air, your water, even your emotions are destructive to cells. And so this vitamin C helps to protect the cells. So that's what that's all about. Okay. Fruit and vegetable extract. So you have fruits and vegetables to create this color food C. So it's not a chemical. It's actually coming from fruits and vegetables. So that's unique, because many times if you go out and you will try to purchase a vitamin C, it's a chemical. And it'll say all types of different words on there. But this is color food. That means it's coming from food. So you know that it is safe. And everything that's in this kit, we know is safe because it's food and herb source. It's plants, okay? It's not just a chemical, okay? So this is telling you, humans cannot make that, okay? You have to get it from plants. So vitamin C, again, we talked about it being water soluble, but these fruits and vegetables is the best source of vitamin C. And that's what we have here. An easy way to add that vitamin C to your body. And here's an example they're showing. There's an antioxidant. It gives an electron so that that free radical is neutralized. Free radical, that means it's missing something. So the antioxidant gives it what is missing so that it's no longer destructive. Okay. Now, let's go back. We did the 3 items that are in the best kit. So now, what am I going to say? What goes with the best kit?
Don't
Start with the best kit. And I have it right here. This organic fermented concentrate. And, you know, a lot of us, we've heard over the years, noni juice is good for you. Just like we've heard fruit juice is good for you, okay? But this company, Atomy, has taken it to a whole other level. They have taken the noni supplement to a whole other level. And there's three things that really stand out. First of all, you see the word organic. So this isn't just a crew of men going through backyards slashing down some noni fruit. No, this is on purpose. They have their own farms out in Indonesia where they are controlled. This noni fruit is controlled. It's grown in a controlled environment. So we know that it is 100% organic, no chemicals, okay? They have their own farms out in Java Island, Indonesia. So then there's more to the story, okay? But you have to start with the right fruit. So that's what we're letting you know. You're starting with the right fruit, okay? Then it's going to undergo a fermentation process. And we have found over the years that fruit increases its nutrition when it is fermented. And another example of that is, you know, that a while back, they let you know that, hey, you can improve your health with red wine. And some people would ask, well, why don't we just drink the grape juice? But the grape juice doesn't have the same thing as the wine. The fermenting process creates additional nutritional value. So this is a 1,440 hours of fermentation, okay? And that is so very, very special. So they're going out here and they are getting that noni, they're cleaning it, flash freezing it, shipping it over from Indonesia to the processing plant, and then fermenting it. And there's two stages of the fermentation. And what they're doing is they're actually, these are just some of the phytochemicals that are in noni: polyphenols, iridoids, scopolamine, and proxyrenine. So those are just some of the ones. Look, 7 types of minerals, 18 types of amino acids, 12 types of vitamins. So we know that the noni is packed with nutrients. Here, you can have a comparison. What is that? Kiwi, 143 times the polyphenols that you would get in kiwi, 140 times what you would get in tomato, and 121 times what you would get in mango. So we know these things are good and they're good for us, but they don't have the level that is created with this process. So that's just giving you an idea. Hey, there's 120 times the polyphenols. So it's powerful. Atomic Grown Farm, here they just give you some pictures to show you the different steps. And they're adding this probiotics to the fermentation process. Here it is, okay. And then there's another part, okay? After that first round of aging, there's a second round of aging there where you have the coconut sugar and this Aeon special syrup. So that's how we got to that total of 1,400 hours, 1,000 plus 360, fermenting and aging. Now, upgraded flavor and aroma, because if you've ever had the noni just pure from the fruit, you know it's not very tasty. So a lot of times people would try to add coloring, fragrance, preservatives, whatever, but we haven't done any of that. No added coloring, no synthetic fragrance, no preservative, no synthetic sweetener. So you want to keep this in the refrigerator. But guess what they added? Coconut sugar. That's one of the healthiest ones. It's rich in minerals, so it actually helps you. And then they have this little fruit somewhere between a date and a lime called calamansi. And it is a fruit that is readily found in that area where the noni is grown. So a lot of times what Atomy is doing is they're using global sourcing. And so they're actually cutting out the middleman. They have their own farm. They don't have to buy the noni from someone who's marking it up. So that's how our products remain so reasonably priced. So if you use this, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, just give it a try and you'll understand what we're talking about when we say it tastes great and it can make a big difference in your health outcome. But it comes in this glass bottle, which is amazing because that is very important as far as preserving the quality. And you know, that's an extra step. Most companies are not doing that. Okay, they're not putting it in a glass bottle because they're going the cheap way with plastic. Because you know, with this glass, it adds more weight, so you have to be, and it adds more chance of it being damaged in shipping. And they're shipping this all around the globe, all around the world. So it's in this beautiful glass bottle, beautiful box, and it has the padding in there. It comes and it's not broken, okay? So all you have to do is drink it. And so we're going to create a habit. And I have created a habit of you just get up in the morning and you do what needs to be done. You know, health has to be intentional. It's not going to just happen by accident. You know, you get up and there are certain things that you go through, certain routines that we create. You don't leave the house without brushing your teeth. That's just an example of a routine. So we're developing Atomy routines. So you're not going to leave the house without your hemohim, without your noni, without your vitamin C, your probiotics. Just go ahead and use it each morning. And you know that you're covered. Because let me tell you, that misery of getting these pathogens in your system, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So anyone who has allergies, you want to make sure you start with the best kit. Because one of the things that hemohim does is it modulates your histamine response. And that's what having an allergy is. That's an over response of histamine. So you want to make sure all your friends, if they have allergies, and this is that October time when things begin to bloom around here, make sure they have that, okay? Anybody who has a cold or cough, or they are prone to it, or they just want to avoid it, just use the hemohim on a daily basis and be ready for that. If you're concerned that you have a very strong immune system, okay? And one thing I want to mention here also is sometimes your immune system can actually be overreactive. So be aware of that. And that is one thing that the hemohim as well as the noni offers, and that is modulate. So we got to learn that word. That's kind of a new word for me. It's modulate. So that means it does one thing. It takes you in the direction that you need to go. So remember, when you use prescription drugs and even some herbal formulas, they are meant to move you in one direction and one direction only. So it's just say if you had a blood pressure prescription and it was to lower your blood pressure, that prescription doesn't know where you are. It doesn't matter what your blood pressure is. If you take that prescription, it's going to lower it. So that's the difference in this approach right here. This is going to modulate. Wherever you are, it takes you in the direction that is normal and healthy. So you don't have to worry about this. It's safe for everyone. So unless you have some, very special allergy, you could use this. But most people, if you could eat fruits and vegetables, you can take this color C, okay? Probiotics, everyone can use because you have to have these probiotics. Hemohim is for everyone. So I'm gonna go ahead. Pastor, should we open it up for questions?
Yes,
Do we have?
we can open
Okay.
up for questions. Indeed.
All right, well, let's
at
have
this time.
questions, or if anyone has anything that they would like to share regarding what we have talked about so far. You can
You
go
can
ahead and
unmute.
unmute if you would like, if you have a question. Oh, I forgot one thing. Wait. I forgot something. The free gift. We have a free gift here. It's right in front of me. There's a free gift. And so what's the day? The 6th? So you have 9 more days. This free gift is good until, is the 15th? I think it's the 15th. Yeah. If you order this kit between now and the 15th, you get a free gift. And here's a free gift. Let's look at that. That's the Marine Ampule Gel Mask. Moisturizing and soothing. We all need this. This is about our face. Okay. So you're getting something extra. Okay.
Yeah.
With that best kit. Click it.
Well, I would like to say something about this. Okay, now I have used the gel mask before, but I'm telling you, it's coming up on the time in which the season in which we give gifts. So get something free, you can wrap that. You can wrap it up, and if you don't want to use it, make a great gift. You know, to your mom, your girlfriend, to your daughter. You know, great gift idea. So I did that last year, and this was one of the things which I gave out. But like I say, as far as myself is concerned, I've used these before too. I have some in my bathroom right now. Oh yeah, definitely. I believe in aging and de-aging.
So
Okay.
you can see it's amazing ocean-derived active ingredients. It's a hydrogel, has nourishing essence, and it's the 3rd generation. So this is more advanced, targeted skincare for your concerns. So this is free every time you order a best kit. There's no limit. If you get 2 best kits, then you get 2 gifts also.
Okay. Does somebody have a question?
Peace. My name is Joshua Williams Bay. I was invited to this call. I see everything coming from Korea. I want to know basically like your testimony on using these products, because I'm one that's definitely knowing that herbs is the most powerful thing that we have.
Yes,
So
yes, that's a great, that is a great observation. And yes, these products are developed. This company is based in South Korea, and it is a very advanced company. And as I said earlier, they're the 3 top countries on the planet as far as research goes. You have the United States, you have Russia, and in the number 3 spot is South Korea. So they have been doing this research, and they continue to do the research. As here in the States, as well as in Russia, they're doing research. The difference being is that this is a government-based entity that has decided to share the results of their research with the public. Normally you don't get, in fact, when this was started, it wasn't available to the public, okay? But the story is that it was so expensive to create until they decided, let's go ahead and let the public help us fund this, because the process is very advanced. The one thing that the South Korean researchers are doing is, first of all, they're detoxifying the herbs, because all herbs have a toxic property. So they're detoxifying the herbs before they're putting them into these formulas. And then the formulas are totally researched through scientific investigation, as well as through testing. And so you can see each product here in this shopping mall that you click on, you could actually scroll down and see the different certifications. And don't take these certifications lightly, because everything has to be tested to receive these different advanced certifications. But to answer your question, we do have many people now who have used these herbs, so we know they work, and that's why I'm here to talk about it, because I see that they're working, and I have been working
No, but I'm
over
asking you,
40
have you
years.
used them?
Yes, I personally am using them every
So
single day.
what do you see different?
And when I started with this program, I was feeling old. Okay, my age is actually 74, and I don't know what 74 means to everybody else, but it was beginning to mean that I felt what I thought was old, low
Well, you
energy.
look like you can still get it.
I was having different challenges with blood pressure. My heart was racing. My knees were giving me a problem. What else? Different things were happening. And my eyes, and they have a product for that. And my memory, they have a product for that. And I tell you what, I can remember everything
What
I
about
need to remember
menopause?
now. What about it?
I'm saying, like, I know somebody who got hormonal changes and they have hot flashes a lot.
Okay, so we do have a set of products just for that. It's called Sephora Queen. It is just for women of a certain age. But actually, this best kit has helped a lot of people with just the best kit. But if you use the best kit and you're still having issues, then you want to add the product, which is called Sephora Queen. That is a formula. It has the different herbs for women of that age. So yes, I have definitely used the products, and I tell you the truth, I would not even be talking with you about these products if I didn't use it. I would never speak of a product that I've never used. You can also visit our channel, which is a YouTube channel where you see the Compassionate Healthcare Providers Educational Series. I think it's Compassionate Healthcare Providers Global. And you can hear many of the testimonies, because usually each week we feature a different testimony. So you can hear some of the people, and it's a mind-blowing, and it's amazing. And I have seen, I could just give you many, many testimonies. A friend of mine that I just saw the other day, and I had just given her a sample of that Turmacin, which is for your joints. And she has been crippled, walking funny for years, really. And she said she used the sample, and she said she realized she was actually running up the stairs. She said she caught herself. She said, "Wait a minute,"
because I really want to. I want to help my grandmother with that, because she's on the walker, but she changed from Chicago to where she stressed out at to Phoenix. To Nevada, and she's been gone 3 months, and she never needed the walker. But now all of a sudden she's back in Chicago, and she, you know what I'm saying, them pains coming back again.
Myra, you raise your hand. Do you have a question?
No, I didn't have a question, but I have something I wanted to say in regards to what this gentleman was talking about. Okay. He was talking about, I wanted to say something about the hemohim, because my granddaughter's dad, he has prostate cancer, and he also has high blood pressure. He had high blood pressure, and he started taking this a couple months ago, the hemohim, and he started noticing that his blood pressure was going down every day until it leveled out, and he has no complaints about his prostate condition. And so he said he's never going to be without that hemohim. He's ordered at least 2 of them so far, 2 whole packages of hemohim. And so I just wanted to say about that.
Okay, now back to Atomy. Alrighty. Now, do anybody else have a question or a testimony? Question or a testimony? You know, I remember when I started taking it, and it was mainly because I learned from a nurse that it increased the natural killer cells. And, you know, I researched it and I understood that. But there was something that surprised me was that it was doing policy here in Georgia. And when the pollen comes, I have a vehicle. I had walked out to my vehicle and I had allergies at that time. But all of a sudden I walk outside. I'm not sniffing. I'm not tearing up. And I'm right next to my vehicle that's covered in pollen. And you see the wind kind of blows and you see dust of pollen blowing. I'm like, why didn't somebody tell me? I would have I felt good. So it took me by surprise. And then I called a friend of mine who's a nurse, and we went over to the the medical, the Library of Medical, and we researched hemohim in the U.S. Medical Center, and it talks about on how it helps the respiratory system. So that totally took me by surprise. So when you're talking about health, we get like different testimonies. That's why we have so many different type of testimonies on there. People as far as right, feeling right. I had one guy ask me, "Does it supposed to do something to your soul?" I'm not saying that the him do all for all and everything. That's why we have other products. But we got so many different products and testimonies, even the toothpaste. Pam?
Yeah. Yes. Hello. How everybody doing? I want to see did anatomy have something for constipation? Because I know somebody, I'm doing my intake assessment forms, and I know they're gonna need something like that.
Well, the best kit would be one approach.
Okay.
You could also use the noni.
Okay.
They all support good elimination. Vitamin C supports good elimination. The probiotics support good elimination, as well as the hemohim. So
Okay.
that is one of the ways that it works, because you don't build up toxins.
Okay.
You keep
Thank you.
everything clear. So yes, that's a great question. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Also, apple cinnamon helps a lot to eliminate if you are being constipated. Use apple cinnamon.
Yes, that's good.
Go apple fennel. Yes, indeed. Helps to get rid of that visceral fat. That's why we lose inches. Indeed. That's some good stuff. Oh.
And it tastes great.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else that's good. That's going to be good for cold and flu season. What's that spray? With the propolis spray.
Propolis. Yeah, propolis.
Yes. Yes. It was interesting. About a week ago, I woke up and I kind of felt like why am I feeling this in my throat? Got the spray, and hey, I just sprayed it. It says to spray 6 times, and I sprayed and kind of held it in my mouth and everything. And you could go and drink it. It's safe, but it cleared it up. It cleared it up. I like running. I don't like nothing to settle. To stay there for a while, to whatever the mature. I like nipping it in the bud immediately. That's why if I be proactive, and I do not go bear hunting with a switch. If I feel like my body is kind of out of balance, hey, I might do. If I feel like, kind of, like I say, out of balance, then I'm going to do some things to kind of check my system, kind of help my system, kind of boost my system. And you have to think like that. You got to be proactive. That makes sense. Indeed. See, is there any other questions?
I would just like to say one thing is, please, if you were invited on this call, which everyone has been invited by someone, please get back with the person who extended the invitation to you and give them some feedback. Just give them your response. Let them know how you feel about what you heard, because they were gracious enough to share this. And if you like what you've heard, feel free to share and share and share. And just get back with that person though who invited you and let them know, hey, I was on the call, and give them the response so that they will know, how to proceed. But
like it's something in the chat. What do you have to help circulation? Desmond asked that in the chat. What do you have for circulation? Dr. Walid, I'm going to let you answer that question.
I would go with the best kit.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you have the hemohim, you have the vitamin C, probiotics. Yeah.
Yeah. Hemo meaning blood. That's the blood kind.
Yeah. Start with that.
It helps to balance out.
Can I also add, this is Dr. Springer, can I also add that I've tried on the global site, the ginkgo natto, that's for circulation as well. And just for a few days here, I can tell the difference. I got a client that was having a circulation problem and she's getting some results as well. It's on the global page. It's called ginkgo natto.
Natto, yeah. I know about that part. Natto, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Right. And a matter of fact, next week we can go over, a few products in the global mall. And that's kind of that. The global mall is the mall in which you get products directly from Korea. So what they do is that because it's global, before they put it into our local warehouse, they got to see whether or not, okay, do they want this in the U.S.? How is it going to sell in the U.S.? So they enable us to go on it and read about it in English. Then when you get the product, it's going to be in South Korean language because they have not put it in the warehouse as far as the U.S. is concerned. But it gives us a chance to use it and try it out. And that's what Dr. Springer was talking about, that which is in the global mall. So, so some of the products in the global mall, if you like it, go for it. You're able to order. Now there's a global shipping to it. Global shipping. Okay. Maria Woodson, you had a question, or you wanted to express something?
Yes, I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Walithia, for wonderful presentation. And I wanted to ask, what are the protocols for children for the upcoming season? What would you recommend for our school children, elementary school, middle school, for them, because they're going to be, they're in school now for the most part. And so we know the cold and flu season is coming. So what would you recommend?
And that's a great question. And see, what we're going to do is we're introducing 2 products from the global mall, which are especially for children, which one is the gummies, children's multiple, and the other one is the chewable omega for children. And then, of course, the hemohim is recommended for them to take half. So they can take the hemohim also.
Okay, so 1/2 of the pack, and all. What about
packet? Yes.
And about the vitamin C?
Yes, definitely.
So like maybe 1 vitamin C, depending on their weight, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
but
next week,
take 1 whole. If you're doing the color C, which is 500 milligrams, they can take that entire. Okay. They can take
1. Okay. And also, I just also want to say that my daughter, she did the Timerson. She had been having tendinitis and was having a difficult time walking. She had to do a lot of walking on her job. So she was having a difficult time. And so she bought the Timerson, and she took it, and she cannot believe that she does not have that pain that has plagued her for over a year. It just went away. And so her coworker who has a metal plate in her leg, from an accident, an auto accident that she was in. You know, her leg bothers her. So she said, you know, hey, I've got this. Why don't you try it? So she tried it. And lo and behold, she does not have that pain anymore. So, you know, well, of course, she does take the Timerson now. She has to take the Timerson because, you know, she took it. But then, you know, after a while, it kind of wore off. But what I liked about the Timerson is that you're not getting the NSAIDs, you know, all of those things that will mess up your stomach and mess up your liver and your kidneys that are in the over-the-counter medications. You know, you're not getting that. You're getting turmeric, and you're also getting the MSM, which is the sulfur. So you're doing something healthy for your body. And I'm just trying to see, and maybe you know this, Dr. Walethia, if it does have a cumulative effect.
It also does have that cumulative effect that you're talking about because of the MSM, because the body requires sulfur. And so just like, let's say if you were taking vitamin D, once it reaches that particular level, then, you know, if you've ever had a prescription for vitamin D or took vitamin D, once your body has reached that level, it does have a tendency to maintain. Doesn't mean that it won't go down again, you know, during, you know, circumstances and without the right nutrition and things of that nature. But because your body requires the sulfur, that's what's in the MSM. Once it reaches that level, it does allow you to the need to take less and less, to answer your question. Yeah, it does.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Springer. And also, do you know if it helps to rebuild the cartilage?
Because of the sulfur level, it could, but I cannot speak on that directly. But there are so many minerals and things that the body need, and when those, when everything is at the right degree, then it tends to, you know, assist. And remember that everything is incorporated together. All the body works so intricately together. It can definitely have that effect, but I cannot say to what degree. Okay.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we've had a great evening day of questioning and also comments on this evening. And again, get back with the person that invited you to this Zoom.